Day 171, and I'm eating. We made the blessings, 718 done. We accomplished it last night in a big rush. The new team and the new process got it done. And I went to the hospital to get some blood tests to see if I was still doing okay, if we were holding my weight, and to see how much I had eaten and made. And because the next meal 17, is 1,078 blessings. So I went almost 14 days without eating this time to get 718. So I might have to go 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks without eating to make it again. And that's even if we raise enough money. So I had my first two very small meals, and to be fully honest with you, I had a bowel movement, and those are always really intense. They're really intense. So there's a lot to the. So I got past the first stages, vitamin B1, thiamine. I was actually at the hospital trapped for 14 hours. Not really trapped, but they didn't see me for 14 hours. I had to sleep out in the waiting room. It's hard, but I did it, and the hospitals are having a very hard time, but the system needs to improve. Quick recap of what happened was at the end, I was trying to get a taxi voucher. Hospitals will give you taxi vouchers to get back to your house. Not a lot of people know that, but if you're in bad shape and they think you're gonna, it's gonna harm you to get back, they can't get back home. They can actually give you a voucher to call a taxi and take you home for free. And they did that for me last time because when they checked my blood, I wasn't joking. I was on a hunger strike to the potential. I still am, but I guess my body weight has stayed the same. Still underweight, around 122 pounds. I think I had some water weight, or 128 pounds. I doubled my clothing, so on my record it says I weigh a couple pounds more, but that's because it was cold today, or cold yesterday when I left. So anyway, we got into an argument a bit at the end, and I said, well, they're saying, well, you're leaving without refusing our care, because the doctor came in and tried to offer me electrolytes and tried to undo all my hunger striking. And I said, no, I've worked so hard to get here. I'm not fully recovering. I'm just partially recovering because the hunger strikes are designed to put pressure on the courts and our government to address the Megacrisis, as you guys know. And when he first came in, he was kind of disrespectful to me. I don't think he read my record. And then he came back 3-4 hours later or something, and he came back with a totally different attitude, saying, I respect your, I was really honored by this. He said he respected my intelligence and my willpower. He said most people couldn't go a day without eating. So when they read my record and they see the legal sophistication and all the legal skills that I've learned in the courthouse to protect charter rights, it's different. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. So this is just a quick update. I'm recovering now. I'll tell you a bit more of what happened. They still issued a trespass order against me when I told them they were not accommodating my charter rights with the voucher. And they're saying, you're refusing care. I said, no, you're not accommodating my charter rights. Like, the balance of convenience is what the judges use to decide on if this is a reasonable action of the government. And the hospital is a public hospital. So the government protocols apply to it. So they're trying to make it sound like I was refusing care when I was saying, no, this is a tricky way of avoiding charter rights and turning the Charter of Canadian Rights and Freedoms in Canada into what was like the Bill of Rights, Diefenbaker's, the Prime Minister's first version of these protecting our human rights. And it didn't work. No judges enforced it. So the Charter of Rights and Freedoms was supposed to correct that. And it's basically, everybody just ignores it. They don't understand it. They're not trained. It's like this nebulous gray area that everybody tries to avoid, and they wheedle you into court. It's turned into something that Pierre Trudeau did not want to have happen. And I think a lot of judges too back then wanted to see this as a success. So they filed a trespass warning against me that I'm not supposed to go there for 3 months unless it's an absolute emergency. I only ever go there for the hunger strike. So it's always an emergency, right? Like, I don't got time to waste, right? We have 1,000 blessings to make, But they did, when I explained to the guards that they called to try and coerce me out of there, They listened to me very carefully, and at the end of it, they asked me, "So what is your hunger strike about?" And I explained to them. I said, "I'm trying to save your life from the mega crisis and AI taking over, literally starting in a couple months from now, like roughly 5 months from now or less." But so they actually ended up pushing me outside in the cold. They wouldn't give me the taxi voucher, so I had to go outside in the cold for half an hour, 40 minutes or something like that, waiting, which is excruciating when you have no calories. I didn't eat at that point. I was still trying to get home where my mother had left me some canned food. I don't eat any preservatives, right? So my mother left some canned food out because I wasn't home. And she actually got other people to deliver it. Love to you, Judy and Tom. So it was starting to freeze, and there were some onions in there, and so I feel very blessed that I have healthy, homegrown food. And thanks, Mom. So I was rushing on home to get to good food because a lot of the food that they serve in the hospitals have preservatives, and they're like, have a sandwich, but it's fake bread. Like, look at the bread in North America. If you look at the ingredients, it's not real bread. It's not like European bread. So they didn't have anything to give me that was good. So they gave me one package of jam and one package of like peanut butter, but I think it's the peanut butter that has vegetable oil and all these seed oils you're not supposed to have in there. So I had to wait to get home to eat, and yeah, I was hard out in the cold, sitting there, waiting for these buses to come. When I could have took, I live close to the University of Alberta Hospital, so that's why the voucher was so cheap. And all my money is spent on the blessings, and I still owe them. I'm behind by like $1,000 paying these people, freelancers who are helping me make these blessings and learning the system and making it better with me. So it's not cool. So I said to the guard, I said, you might want to revoke or rescind that warning. It's not really a real warning. Well, it was intense. Some of it is recorded, but my phone died halfway through, of course. But yeah, that's how things have gone today. But I did get home and I did eat and I did have a sleep. And I just had, like I said, body is starting to return back to normal a little. But it has been 14 days, so I'm in deep in refeeding syndrome. My stomach is upset. I got Sublation Bear in the background supporting me, though. And my family is starting to ask about the Megacrisis, and they're starting to become aware of the great sacrifice that I made for them. And over the last couple of years, because I didn't choose comfort, I chose to care. And I hope you do too. So we're starting to work on 1,078 blessings now. Our meeting starts in a couple of minutes. So please, if you are unsure of what to do about this big AI, CRISPR, World War III, climate change. By the way, they cured like diabetes and baldness at the same time, like in the last week or two. And Tony Robbins AI Summit had this man come on who was one of the founders of Open AI. And he said that they're using CRISPR to make huge advancements. He was one of the first people that mentioned AI and CRISPR together. And he's right. That's why we define our core with those existential threats. That could be paradises if we align them with universal logic, which I'm going to go teach right now in the Ever Living meeting, which you are invited to. Leave me some comments in the chat and we'll get you started. Okay, stay blessed. I'm here for you. To the guards that were at the hospital, I'm doing this for you too. And I really appreciate you guys. Paladine Security as well, and the peace officers there, and the staff that didn't want to give me the voucher. You really did put my life at risk for $10, and my blood work shows it. I'm underweight, so I'm getting pretty aware of how to use the courthouse now, and that needs to improve as you guys know, who've been keeping up with me on this hunger strike. My views have also increased on YouTube. They're watching me eat now. Like when I don't eat, I get lots of followers. But then when they see me eating, they're like, what? So I updated my meal plan on YouTube so you can see when my next meals are and why the hunger strike is still scary. It's still escalating. Right? 1,078 blessings. That's a lot. Okay. Peace. We'll keep this under 10 minutes. But it was an intense day. Didn't get to sleep much last night, but had a nice nap. And I'm back at it for you. See you tomorrow. Okay? Keep sublating. My mouth is all chalky because now the refeeding syndrome. My tongue feels swollen. So we'll see you later. Peace. Take care and stay strong.